Welcome to Football Fever, Week 5, presented by the Killeen Daily Herald Sports Department. Hello again, everybody. I'm Alan Mandel, sports editor of the Killeen Daily Herald, and I'm joined, as per usual, by our two born and bred Texans, football experts Jordan Mason and Albert Alvarado. It's here, huge week. We finally start district, Belton at Shoemaker, Thursday night. Albert, is Shoemaker ready?
Well, the Thursday night's going to come around whether or not they are ready. But, you know, talking with Coach Hall, some of the guys, they were ready. I mean, it was interesting, that 20-14 win at New Braunfels Canyon after making that long trip. Doesn't, you know, that win has no bearing on playoffs and then wanting to get back. But it gave them a lot of momentum. Coach Hall said you always want to go into district play with a win, with some momentum. Shoemaker defense, again, stingy, gave up around 200 yards to Canyon. So, you know, they're going to be a force in that district. It's going to be hard for teams to move the ball on them. Offensively, though, Derek Thomas, who can line up anywhere, you know, just as long as you get the ball in his hands, he'll make plays. He came up big with another game, so he's been kind of an unsung hero of that Shoemaker offense. Another thing that jumped out to me about that game against Canyon, Shoemaker won the turnover battle, which is key. You know, whenever you're coming into district play, you don't want to give, you know, other offensives like Killeen, like Belton's, and like Coves an extra chance to have the ball. So if Shoemaker can keep, you know, that's one of, I guess, the X factors. If they can keep winning the turnover battle, then this team has another good shot to get in the playoffs and have a high seed.
I got to ask you this. What does Coach say about the Bash brothers? Broderick Reed and Tanique Calls. He talked about them a little bit lately?
He has. I mean, I talked to Broderick. He's a good guy. I mean, Broderick, in practice, he's always giving it 100%. Doesn't matter if you're, you know, under the Friday night lights or if it's a Wednesday early afternoon in cloudy Killeen. He's always going to give it 100%. Tanique, you know, you look at him, he's not that big, but it seems like there's always a number one around the football, and he brings the wood. He can hit you and put you into tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll hit you, and you stay hit when he hits you. Albert, Killeen at Copper's Cove. Major tough test for Killeen right off the bat. Your thoughts?
Killeen hasn't won at Cove since around the mid-90s, and thanks to Clay Whittington for helping me out on that fact. Shout out to Clay. But, you know, Killeen, even though they beat Cove last year, and, you know, they're still hungry. They keep saying Cove is Cove, and we need to go on and get a win. Now, this will actually be Killeen's final true road game. All the other district games they play are going to be at Leo Buckley. So it's just a matter of whether they're going to be wearing maroon or going to be wearing white. One of the things that's impressive about Killeen's offense, and credit Coach Gaskamp, their offensive coordinator, as well as all the other coaches there, is it just seems like whenever Kenny Arnold has a slow day, you got Keontre Parker Shepard coming in at quarterback, and that seems to work. What stood out against Manor last week is Dante Ellis Thomas, their big, tall, speedy receiver, had only 2 catches for 13 yards. And if I were to say that before, I'd say, well, you know, Mustangs run all over them. But no, 5 different receivers caught passes. So it didn't matter if it was, you know, Keandre Price, DJ Lilly coming out of the backfield, or, you know, a lot of different guys got in the action. So that'll make this offense even more dangerous. Plus, in the backfield, too, they might not have a good, you know, great athlete like Daniel McCants this year, but, you know, DJ Lilly, again, speed out of the backfield. Brian Rubin, who's a mix of both, and Devin Johnson actually had a good game. The big physical back was just pounding Manor in the second half.
Gotcha. You're talking about a team that's spreading
the wealth.
A lot of bullets in that gun.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, they can hurt you with a lot of different ways. And Jordan, we know Harker Heights is the same type of offense. They got guy after guy after guy that can hurt you. Ellison versus Harker Heights. How do you see that matchup, and can Ellison stop all those Harker Heights weapons?
Well, you've got two teams that pretty much were at the opposite end of the spectrum coming off district play. I guess you start with Ellison. 58-0 win against Pflugerville Connolly. Over 500 yards of rushing offense against Connolly. Coach Gregory issued the challenge to his offensive line and his running backs, and they responded. Gaping holes all night against Connolly, and Brandon Johnson, Razil Brooks, And Deion Burch, they took advantage, and so that's exactly what Ellison wanted to see in its final non-district game. They head into district play now with momentum. This is different from years past when they've been looking for that first win. They're not worried about getting the first win. They've got the momentum, and they've been talking playoffs since fall camp. So they're ready to go, and they have a big test in Heights, but they're ready for it. They know they've got two good receivers to cover in Jordan Weller and Ty Goodwin. The secondary is ready. I talked to Joseph Williams and Dominic Burnett, who both had interceptions against Connolly, the first shutout since 2009 for Ellison. And they said the defense is playing with a lot of confidence, but they know that this is going to be a new challenge, especially with the game that Heights is coming off of losing to Temple 58-14. So they're going to really look to get going on offense in this game, Heights will. And on the Heights side of it, I mean, they, like I said, they want to get back in the win column. They did go 3-1 in non-district. They won that phase, as Coach Evers calls it. But that's not how you want to finish the way that they did. Temple returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and Ryan Turk told me it just never seemed like they were able to get going after that. So Josh Ellis, the running back, said that if they can just get going, they feel like they'll be fine. Like I said, you've got Weller and Goodwin at the receiver who obviously need to be accounted for. Troy Smith at quarterback. Heights has an explosive offense. They just didn't show it against Temple, and they've been saying all year that they want to prove to people that Heights is back, and they felt like they had, but now after Temple, they feel like they have to make people believers again. So chip on the shoulder coming in. It's homecoming for Heights. Ellison knows it. Heights says they have to win. Ellison says they want to ruin homecoming. So it should be a good district opener at Leo Buckley.
Okay, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Albert. You can read Jordan and Albert's stories on Friday's Killeen Daily Herald and Saturday's Killeen Daily Herald and Sunday's Killeen Daily Herald. We hope you'll read them all. I thank you for watching Football Fever. We'll see you right here next week.